All right, there we go. Sorry. What the hell? I didn't change anything. I touched nothing, and magically, blah, everything stops. So frustrating. Anyway, I said welcome everybody. Glad to see you all. If you haven't done so, go hit like. They're free. Why not? By God, we got audio now, don't we? Whatever. So whack. So whack. So, um, interestingly enough, let me change one thing real quick. I can see that my desktop audio is jumping around, and I don't want it to be. All right, there we go. I don't know how anything changed. I didn't touch any settings. It just magically, poof, went away. So stupid. I think it updated, and when it updated, because my computer did cut off and then come back on. So I don't know how that happened. But whatever, not the point. We're going to talk about Bitcoin this afternoon. It's 2 p.m. here on the East Coast, 2:04. Let's say hey to everyone first, and then we'll jump into what we're going to talk about with Bitcoin. I've got FTM pulled up here, but we'll pull up the Bitcoin chart, and we'll talk about it right here in a moment after we say hey to everyone. What is up? So dumb. I hate stupid streaming equipment. What's up, Martini Time? Good to see you. Thomas Gayu, I think that's right. Donvin, good to see you. BV, yeah, I know, no sound. Jehovah's Thickness, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Krishan Siva, I don't know about the sound, bro. It's working now. Hopefully there's no echo. What's up, Rob M? Good to see you. Neil, what's up, brother? Rope-a-dope. Rug, what's up, my friend? Bud Wessel, what's up? Scythe. Neil. Tum dee da dee. Tum dee da dee. I'm guessing that's right. Good to see you, DBW, however you say that. Good to see you, Nicholas. What's up? It's 8 o'clock in Europe. Hi from Poland. Bro, how cool is that? All the way over there from Poland. Good to see you. So let's get into this. Bitcoin on the daily. This is the standard Bitcoin index chart for TradingView right here. As we see, it's riding over the 821 EMA. We're over the 50-day moving average. We're about to hit the 100-day moving average. Everything's moving up very slowly and progressively, little by little. You're not getting any big pops of price here, which kind of is evident to me that things aren't going as fast as they should be going, which is more bearish than bullish. But let's give it the benefit of the doubt right now. We do have this upward channel trending. Maybe this is just a big high time frame move, which we'll also talk about. I want to show you the Bitcoin futures chart because it looks different. As you see, Bitcoin futures chart tells a different tale. We're just now crossing the 50-day moving average on the Bitcoin CME chart. Bitcoin CME chart has an 8 EMA crossing through the 50. As you see, price action has reacted as such. Price action kind of bounced around a bit here. There we go. Price action kind of bounced around a bit right here off the 50-day moving average. Down to the 821 and then right back off, which is okay. That's perfectly bullish retest there. That's good. Where to from here? That's the question, right? Where to from here? Well, this CME gap has been lingering here for quite a while. We finally did break this white trend line on this short-term time frame right here. And that tells us that we've kind of gone a little bit more bullish short-term than bearish. That's good. That CME gap needs to close. All CME gaps really need to close. There is no set time frame for when that will happen, and they close about 80% of the time. They happen because the weekends close and price action continues to run on Bitcoin, even though the futures charts stop or start. All right, so that being said, this gaps will eventually close. And there's another one up here from May. It's way up here, right? First things first, we've seen almost every asset in the top 10 hit the 100-day moving average or come close to it. And a good example of that I'll show you really quickly is XLM. XLM recently hit the 100-day, then failed back under, and then is trying to pop back over now. Good tests here. It struggled a bit, but as you see, price action is trying to push through. AVAX, similar situation, broken the 100-day moving average. Very cool. XRP still under it. Guess what? XRP is probably the worst as far as, oh my God, it's not doing anything. Welcome to the real world. It's the way it's been for years now. Where have you been? Still stuck under the 100-day moving average. Hasn't broken through it yet. In my opinion, you've got a ton of room from the 100 to the 200-day moving average. There's good percentage to make here if it can break through. if XRP can get through the 100-day moving average, you've got 47% back to the 200. That doesn't mean you're going to get all that at once, but the money's there. In fact, it'll probably go very slow. And that'd probably be less than 47% in that time period, maybe 30%. So anyway, back to Bitcoin. Similar thing, like I'm saying, hasn't hit the 100-day moving average. It's not even close yet. Okay. And because of this, I'm expecting this to play out. It's taking some time. I'm expecting that this 100-day moving average slowly matriculates down here. And I'll show you what I mean by putting up our moving average estimator. This indicator was made by, it's moving average extensions, I'm sorry. This indicator was made by China Matt. Super cool dude. All of our custom indicators are part of our Discord. If you're not in the Discord, what are you waiting on? It's free, first of all. If you want to be a paid member, please do. We have multiple different ways to pay. Here's Patreon. Using Patreon will get you full access to the Discord, unlock everything, which gives you access to my wallets, shows you what all I'm doing, all of my trades, my portfolio. It gives you chats with everyone else, fully unlocks the Discord. All the content we have is there. That's Patreon. Furthermore, we have Launch Pass now. Okay. Launch Pass, which I have to pull the link up from somewhere else, but it's in the description of the video here. The Launch Pass is similar to Patreon, only it gets you 1 free month until the end of August. At the end of August, there will be no more free months. Okay. So after that, it's just going to be the regular price like it always is. It's a little easier and a little more seamless to use. You can also pay with crypto if you'd like. If you'd like to pay with crypto, there's a crypto link in the Discord group as well, right below you in the description of the video as well. Get you all this access future. Right. So these custom indicators, some people charge thousands and thousands of dollars for, which is insane to me. Boggles my mind that someone would pay that. However, we have them there for $16 a month, or you can pay for a year and you get 10% off. So I'm expecting, as you see that extension slowly trickling down like that, I'm expecting this price action to kind of follow that. I'm expecting it to move up there to that CME gap and tag that 100-day moving average in those extension dots that you see there. Furthermore, if you look up above that, you'll see that that CME gap is also below that red extension line. Okay, it's also below that white trend line. I'm expecting that white bull market line, trend line to get hit eventually. It's only been hit twice so far, and typically you want at least 3 touches of a trend line to prove it. I think we can prove it by looking at the high time frames. That's neither here nor there. More so, the point is it hasn't tagged it in quite a while. Because of that, it's due. Once it does hit that trend line, I expect it to fail short term, perhaps jog sideways more, and then we can move through. If you're looking for a price target here, I still like 28,700 for Bitcoin, 28,700. Past that, 30,000 is an important barrier because it's a psychological barrier, and it's the first resistance level, which is what this blob is right here. This blob of price action, these candles dancing around right here, that acts as resistance. So when the price actually does get there, you're going to have a situation where things kind of dance sideways for a bit. Why? Because it has to push through resistance and it has to build up momentum to do so. Typically, you don't just go right through resistances. You go through them slowly. And Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, all are very good evidence of that. They never really go real far past resistance or support without testing it first or after. Now, once it gets past that, 28,700, 30,000, then you've got the 32,000 barrier, which is also a problem, and the 35,000 barrier. That CME gap on top right there is at about 35,000, okay? That 35,000 won't break easy. It won't break easy. That's going to use up a lot of the momentum on the chart as well. So I think that's what we're going to see happen. Could that go slower? Yes. Could it fail at 28.7 and never get up to that secondary CME gap? Yes. It's a full possibility. Hence why I base my targets on target number 1, 28.7 first. Once we hit that, then we can talk about some more. Till then, there's no sense in worrying about the rest. We can reevaluate after that gap gets closed at roughly 28.7. because I think it will get closed in due time here. Okay. Let's take a step back and let's look at the weekly. All right. We've talked about this many times before, but I want to go over this again. Oh, didn't mean to draw that. My apologies. Historically speaking, Bitcoin on the weekly just doesn't like to stay under the 200-week moving average, the red line here. Historically speaking, it spent 6 weeks under the 200 moving average. Then broke loose, broke all the moving averages, and took off on a bull run. That was 2015. Beyond that, tagged the 200-day moving average, 2018, moved up over all the moving averages, didn't go on a bull run. Actually, it paused, retraced again, tagged the 200 again, spent 1.5 weeks under the 200 moving average, and then broke loose and made a bull run. Here we are again. We've tagged the 200-day moving average, 200-week moving average. Spent about 5 weeks under it. It's gotten back over now. Furthermore, it's trying to break the 8 EMA, likely will. And once it breaks and holds this 8 EMA, it's going to target the 21 EMA, which is roughly at 28,700 weekly. Interesting, isn't it? It's almost like that price action is predictively moving through there. So many times people want to tell me, oh, all TA does is tell you what happened in the past. First of all, what's the problem with that? Don't you need to know the past to see the future? Don't you? Isn't that the whole point in history? It's so that you don't make the same mistakes again. That's the first idiocracy that comes with denying technical analysis. Secondly, by reducing risk so much and making better positions along the way, price action is a derivative. We learn what's going to happen with the price based on doing our TA. We already know. CPI numbers came out today. Oh God, thank God for we already bought. I've been in positions for a few days now. Where was everybody else at? Why were you waiting on the news? For those who want it, I'm going to share you a website here so that you can go chase the news on your own. Now listen, I've already lived this life. Trying to chase the news is a never-ending loss. You will win every once in a while. The majority of the time, you will lose. It's like a slot machine. Yes, you're going to win sometimes. Mostly, you're going to lose. I'm going to share this website with you now. Knock yourself out to go deep dive as far as you want on the news. I'm telling you now, you're likely wasting your time. Probably not going to listen to me, and that's okay. You've got to learn the hard way too, just like I learned the hard way, and I understand that. So I'm not mad about it if you want to do it. Here's the website. Let's get into that. Website is called forexfactory.com. forexfactory.com. This shows you every single economic news article that exists, whether it's the euro, the dollar, the New Zealand dollar, the Great British pound, the euro, the Japanese yen, the Chinese RMB, the Australian dollar. It doesn't matter. It's all on here. Okay? It even gives you a prequel to what it may be. If it's red, it's important news. And you click on it and it'll tell you, oh man, this important news, what's going to be happening? Actual greater than forecast is good. Lower, less than forecast is bad. Problem is we were already seeing the chart slowly turn bullish. Why are we? It's almost like people want the confirmation bias for themselves to be able to agree or disagree with what they're thinking, right? I've done this before, and I've tried chasing the news and trading Forex, and it was just an epic failure. It really was. Anyway, there are more news coming. Crude oil inventories is coming up soon. That's a supply and demand factor. What you're going to see is if there's more supply, more inventory sitting around, then the price is lower. The less inventory we have, the less of it sitting around, the price is higher. That's a supply and demand factor. We can look at the chart and decide whether or not we're going to buy or sell, and then use this to add confluence or remove confluence. That's the way it should really be done. Now, people aren't going to do that. You're going to go trying to chase this news. That's fine. Again, you're going to have to learn the hard way, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with learning the hard way. Please know I do this so that you don't have to learn the hard way. That's the whole point in what we're doing. Don't make the same mistakes that I've made. Do better. Be better than me. I don't want people to make the same mistakes I made and then go back and look at it and say, well, I wish someone had told me. Like, that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to tell you not to make the same mistakes I did so that you can be better faster than I was. I want everyone to be better than me at this. I want everyone to be better than me. If everyone is better than me, then we have a vastly smarter community, full of big brains, making smart decisions and better moves with their money. Less degenerates, more accurate plays, more money to be made, more wealth for everyone. I don't see why that's such a problem. So, regardless of the fact, there's my Bitcoin analysis. I like the weekly chart to go to the 21 EMA if it can break and hold this level where it's at now. And that may take till 2 more weeks, which would be mid-August or even mid-September. Historically, September's been bad. We'll see what happens. This is a bear market compared to a bull market. We'll have to play it as the ball lies. There's my Bitcoin analysis, folks. Let's go answer some questions right quick, and then we'll jump to Ethereum. Hey, what's up, Rafal? Good to see you, brother. JP Jordan, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Jiggly Guapo, that's a dope name. He said, if you get a chance, look at it. Is there a head and shoulders forming on FTM on the weekly? Yes, you were correct about that. Tombstone says, hi, Keith, thoughts on TRX, Bollinger Bands? Yes, TRX looks pretty darn good. What's up, Jeremy? Make it cheese bags. Andy J. Oh, and J. A and J. Good to see you. Nicholas Rainier. If we close that CME gap, no higher high in high time frame. Correct, it would be a lower high, which would be further bearish. Nick Seal says, nice, made it to the live stream. Good to see you, brother. And then Domolog. Hiya. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Rage Clan. What's up, peeps? What's up, brother? Good to see you. King of Light made it. Jeremy says CRV. Right. Let's talk about Ethereum first. I'll pull up the Ethereum chart so we can see it. Go to daily here. First. Come on. There it goes. All right. Similar situation here. However, this one's farther along in the progression than Bitcoin is. And I'm going to pull up a side-by-side here so you can see what I'm seeing. Oh, no. Then this goes here. Let's take these settings and change it. I don't like these grid lines. Take those grid lines off. Let's switch this to daily. All right, let's pull up our, take this off. Let's put on our 3-for-1. Assassin's 3-for-1 indicator. This is another custom indicator that is made for us. It's over in the Discord. You can get on there and get it for yourself. It's pretty cool. Let's add our moving average extensions so they all look the same here. All right. What you're going to see here is Ethereum is farther along in the progression. Ethereum has broken through the 50-day moving average, rode the 821 EMA up, and has gotten halfway between the 50-day and the 100-day moving average. Do you see that? Move this Fibonacci set off of here so you can see a bit better. There you go. Halfway in between the 50 and the 100. If you look over here at Bitcoin, it's nowhere near halfway. Nowhere near halfway in between. As you see, Bitcoin has some catching up to do, simply put. Ethereum's farther along ahead, targeting the 100-day moving average a little quicker than Bitcoin is. By the way, Ethereum closed one of its 2 CME gaps. Still has one way up here, 2635. That's going to be a minute, I believe. That sucks. Sorry. It's just the way it is. It's going to be a minute. Now, which one's going to get to the 100-day first? It looks like Ethereum will get there first. Let's take that, what we're just saying there, and look at the weekly. Now, we saw a moment ago that Bitcoin on the weekly is just now cracking the 8 EMA and playing around with it. Look at Ethereum. It's very, very much over the 8 EMA. Very much over the 8 EMA here. And not only is it over the 8 EMA, it's almost up to the 21. Very cool. I think this is a bit of a prequel to what Bitcoin will do. It just hasn't gotten there yet. Bitcoin's kind of lagging behind in that aspect. It kind of dominated over everything for a month or month and a half there. And now it's kind of lagged back. Good news is tides like to rise. All ships like to rise with the tide that is Bitcoin. That doesn't always happen. As you're seeing now, Bitcoin is kind of lagging behind everything else, and everything else is moving up by itself. Then Bitcoin kind of comes in at the end and gives everything a little bit of a push, which is cool. But yet another reason to chart everything separately. Charting it separately here shows you that it's not always one-to-one, right? They're not always mutually inclusive. Cool news. Go up there and hit the 21 EMA. Let's see some overall bullish sentiment continue. Looking at a older Ethereum chart, you see a different position for Ethereum than you did Bitcoin. This thing has fallen under the weekly 200-week moving average, the red line right here, many times before and got stuck under it. Similar situation here. It got up over this 200 really, really rapidly and has jumped back over the 8 EMA. Problem is, if you look a little closer, you start to see that this 50-day and this 100-day are rolling over and will eventually cross somewhere in October. It may take that long before we see a price action move up toward above the 21 moving average, 21 EMA. But if it does get above it, it's going to get stuck by all this mess right here. Expect that. Expect that mess to hold up progress. You have resistance here, just like we had on Bitcoin. I was showing you. You had a blob of resistance. Look at right here. This is going to act like resistance. And if we pull this over, right about here, you see we're right up against the bottom of it now. Leads me to believe that the 21 EMA weekly is going to pose a big barrier here. This barrier won't fall easy. It may take weeks to break through that 21 EMA, which is going to slow progress for everybody and maybe give everybody the creeps a little bit, and everybody's going to get upset. It's like, oh no, I can't. Just know it may happen. Okay. I've said this all along that this was going to be a slow progression, and that's exactly what you're seeing. You're seeing days of 3, 4, 5% up, followed by 4% down, 6% up, 9% down, 7% up, 3% down. It's very, very slowly moving. It's not just rapid pop, 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 pop like it was before. And it shows you we're not in that bull market like we were. We're in a bear market, and this is a recovery. It's not going to happen quickly. Wait it out, be smart, and don't do anything rash. It's okay to make some buys here. You don't have to throw all your money in at one time. You can take it easy and be smarter about it, okay? Maybe make some more keen moves than you normally would. And this will help you maintain that sense of, I'm not overdoing it, but I'm making a play and I'm being smart about it. That psychology will help you go a long way. The psychology of not throwing all your money at everything every time. Okay. It's very important to understand that. You don't want to go haywire. Oh my God, I have to buy everything right now. I've got to buy $5,000 worth of this and $10,000. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of that. Hit the pause button for a moment and let's think about it. All right. Cool. All right. King of Light says, I made it. Sup everyone, Mike Isaac, good to see you, brother. 53 watching, 31 likes. Hit the like button. Yeah, go hit like real quick. We've only got a couple minutes left, right? Only got a couple minutes left. But if you want to go hit like, I'm not gonna be mad at all. Smash them likes. Anyone here join Class Action Army? Again, no, I didn't bother. Something I've learned is when you kick a hornet's nest, you expect to get stung. Don't go hollering lawsuit unless you're prepared for what comes with that. It's not as easy as I think I'll go sue them. There's a whole fucking mountain of rolling rocks right there. And I don't think people are fully prepared with that. I've learned with lawyers, it is not that easy. It's not that simple. When you play the lawyer game, it's a long game. I hope you got the pockets to handle that. It cost me money multiple times with lawyers. I love my lawyers. I have 2 of them. It sucks to pay them. Okay? So when you want to do something like this and you're playing with the big boy like this, you better break out that wallet. You know what someone told me a while back, never buy a boat, And what they mean is, don't buy a boat. You know what boat stands for? Bust out another 1,000. That's exactly what you're going to do when you get a lawyer. You're going to bust out another 1,000. Answer this email, how about $300? Answer a phone call, that's going to be 400. Bust out another 1,000. All right, so let's look at TRX real quick. All right, let's start on the weekly with Bollinger Bands so we can get a more overall feel here. Weekly, Bollinger Bands have tightened up pretty good, which I like to see. That's cool. Tight Bollinger Bands, but we are still under the midline. That's not good enough. Daily, very tight Bollinger Bands. Interesting. Over the midline, but cruising sideways, and this is indicative of a higher time frame move. It appears that this weekly is pinching together and trying to make more action. You need to see this weekly get over this midline, or else that Bollinger Band on the daily is going to fail south. Price action is still stuck under this big trend line. It may take a bit to break it, and that honestly may take till next year. Good for the moment, bad overall. All right, be smart. You got a lot of lower highs in here. You're not getting any higher highs yet. CRV, I drew out what I thought was going to happen. It's come pretty close so far. Hasn't finished the deal yet. Bands are tight. It was over the Bollinger Band midline. Now it's back under. It kind of sucks. Let's see if it can break this 382 fib. It can break this 382 fib. The next logical path of intervention is the 50 fib. There's resistance there. It'll likely get stuck. I'm cool with that. That's been 30 minutes. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. We had 55 people on, 42 likes. It's awesome. The more likes we get, the better, the more people we can help. This is not about me making money. I'm not a financial advisor, or this is not financial advice either. I'm just a dude on the internet who's good at charts. That's it. That's all I'm good at. That and air conditioning work. I can fix an air conditioner. Ha! Who cares though, right? Thank you all for coming. I'll leave you with this. You could have been anywhere in the world, but like the great late Notorious B.I.G. said, you chose to be here with me. I appreciate the hell out of that. We'll see y'all all tomorrow, Thursday night, 11 p.m. Thursday, Crypto After Dark. Till then, that'll be good, man. Hang loose. See y'all later. Peace.